sitting in the recliner. We got Ranger 10 in here. Thank God you're on tonight. Old Joe was sleeping during the bye-bye speech. Thank God I won't have to see him again now. Hello, G23. Yeah, if anybody else is in here, you can say hello. I just see 2 so far. Well, it says 8 people are in, 2 thumbs up, but I only see 2 comments so far. So let me know if y'all are in here. But yeah, we're trucking along. Hey, Dirt Track, hello. I've had to cancel my physical therapy this week. I went last week. Had to cancel this week because I've got a cold. I think I got it. Yeah, I went last week, and I think I got a cold from somebody there. There was one guy coughing and hacking, but I've been running fever, so that's the thing why I can't go. So I mean, just off and on, usually at night, and it's like 99 to 100. But it's weird. I'll be fine all day with no fever, and then all of a sudden at 10 o'clock at night it'll pop up with fever. So it's just weird. Hello, Ohio Gear Guy. Pranik's in the house. Rabbi's in the house. Indie Irish. How are y'all doing? No, I don't have the vid. Um, so definitely not that. We do have a little bit of this tonight. So we got some Buffalo Trace. This will be the first taste or first drink this evening. Cheers, everyone. Sorry, I should have said that first. That tastes good. Allergies, and it could be allergies. I do have allergies, but I've never had fever with allergies, and I have a really bad cough, and it's like, man, I don't know if I damaged a rib when I fell, but it's definitely like one of the lower right ones, because every time I cough, it does not feel good. And let's see here. Got Lynn Holt in the house, William Bader. Got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Yep, I've got them. New products, that is. Yep. There was something going around. I know everybody I've talked to, even customers, they're like, oh man, I feel like crap. And I'm like, damn, I guess everybody has something. So it doesn't surprise me with, and also thinking back on it, we had like 19-degree weather here. Well, I can't wear pants. So I was wearing my shorts, but I mean, I've worn shorts, of course, when I always wear shorts, but it was 19 degrees and I'm kind of a slow walker on the crutches, and I was having to go from the car or, the drop off and then, crutch in. So I was definitely getting cold. So I don't know if the cold might have snapped something on me too, maybe, who knows, but I'll live. Not a big deal. Hello, Work the Trigger. How are you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. And yeah, I think Work the Trigger, Harry told me you got the crud too. So hope you get better, man. But yeah, we were just gonna, I was gonna talk about some new products. I've had a lot of people asking me, reaching out on comments for older videos saying, hey, what do you think about this new gun? What do you think about that new gun that people are talking about? So if y'all have a particular gun that I don't mention, please bring it up and we'll talk about it. But the new Prodigy 3.6 slide or 3.7 released today. I guess they're calling it a compact, but I would call it, they already have a 4-inch or 4.25. I thought that was the compact, so I guess they're going to have 2 slide sizes of the compact. But am I excited about it? Not me personally. I don't need a small slide like that for me. If somebody else is excited about it, that's cool. But yeah, it doesn't do anything for me. But I'm not a huge Prodigy fan, because if I bought one, I would change all the internals, the fire control unit to EGW, and I would do some upgrades. And I already have 4 2011s, so I don't really see the reason in having another one. Hello, Leland. How are you? Red Trigger says, getting along. Yeah, I got something on 75% chance it's the Rona. Ooh, but we will never know for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't go get tested either. Don't give them a check mark. So, hello, Floridian. How are you, man? Dennis is in the house. But also, I think, I'll share this with y'all, but I think we found out the culprit, because it reared its ugly head again. What caused this whole issue with me, of me passing out in the bed of the truck and falling out of the truck and landing on the concrete. And I'm just going to share this. Normally I wouldn't, okay? But I'm only sharing this because I want people to check. like the side effects of things and be aware of all of your side effects. Um, Basically, y'all know that I got up in the bed of the truck, and passed out. And the only thing I don't remember passing out, but obviously I passed out. I fell backwards and landed. Next thing I woke up on the concrete. Well, Sunday I was in the bath. I was, in the bathroom, and I was feeling kind of weird. And I told my wife, and we were about to give me a bath. And I told my wife, I said, I don't really feel that great, I just feel weird. And she's like, really? What do you think? What's wrong? And I was like, I don't know. So anyway, I got in my shower chair. So I have to sit in the bathtub sideways in the shower chair, and I have to hang both my feet actually out on the floor. So it's weird. And she just hand washes my feet and all that stuff. So we took, my brace off, my boot off. So my foot was completely exposed and my leg. And I was sitting there and I was just feeling weird. And I said, man, I and I told her, while she was scrubbing me down and everything, and I'd already washed my hair. And I was like, I just feel weird, and she's like, well, what do you feel like? And I said, I just feel real lightheaded. And I feel like my eyes are doing something weird. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I feel like they're kind of starting to do tunnel vision, like getting smaller. Like I was kind of seeing like through a tunnel. It's really strange. Anyway, the next thing I know, I pass out in my shower chair. So I pass out, my head's back. She said my eyes were open, but I was like kind of breathing heavy, like almost like snoring. I don't really snore, but I was making like a snoring noise, but my eyes were open and I was looking at her, but I was out. And what's weird is I went into an instant dream. It was the craziest thing. And she was supposedly shaking me and hitting my chest and rubbing my chest and, freaking out because she didn't know what was going on. And so she was dialing 911. Well, anyway, I came to, and I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I'm trying to call 911. And I was like, no, don't. And so anyway, she hung up with them. They didn't answer. So, it was real quick. And so I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I'll be okay. So she's like, well, I'm going to go get you a candy bar. I don't have, I'm not diabetic or anything, but she's like, maybe you need some sugar because I haven't been eating all that much since I've been hurt. And so anyway, I was sitting in the chair and she ran to go get the candy bar. And I was, she's like, here, take a big bite. So I took a bite and I had it hanging out of my mouth and I was chewing it and I was holding the other piece of the other side of the candy bar. And I was sitting there and she ran to go get a cup or something, to dump on me. And, just in the kitchen, it's like not that far away for this bathroom. And anyway, she came back. She said I was hunched over on the side, like leaning all the way, like almost into the bathtub, but I was still in the chair. I was just hunched over on the side and I'd passed out again. And anyway, so, she was freaking out again and got me up. And of course, I dropped the candy bar, so candy's all in the bathtub. And it shattered because I like cold candy bars or cold chocolate bars. And anyway, so I was coming to, and she was on the phone with 911 this time. And when I woke up, I was like, "Who are you talking to?" She's like, 911. And I said, "No, don't do that. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine." And anyway, so the lady was like, "Well, call us back if you need us." So anyway, we finished the bath. I started feeling a little better, and I got to my chair and I sat down and I was fine. I didn't pass out anymore. But later that night, I was like, something's not right because I had still been taking that medicine. Anyway, I said, bring me that medicine, that I've been on for a long time. So I looked up the side effects on this particular medicine, and it was lightheadedness. It was passing out. It was like, it was basically everything that was happening to me. So anyway, and what this thing does, it's basically, it's for high blood pressure, but I don't really have high blood pressure. It's just sometimes, I'll have water retention. So this pill is a diuretic. It, releases fluid from your body. Well, I've been taking it, and I had taken it that day, at my mom's that morning, and I didn't drink a lot of water that day. So I guess it was just stripping my body of water. So I was basically dehydrated when I fell out of the truck. And then, I had taken it the morning that I got into that chair, and that issue happened. So I've since gotten off that medicine after reading all those side effects. And prior to this, I've been taking it for years and never had a problem. But I might have just been consuming a lot more water because I was more active and up and around and running around and all that other stuff. But anyway, that's basically what caused this whole entire issue was that one medication. So the only reason I'm sharing this with you, because I don't, I'm sharing it because y'all are family members. But I think that, y'all should probably look at your medications just because your doctor says, oh, you need this, or, you might want to take this. I would read some of those side effects and just be aware of it. And my doctor had told me, he's like, if you ever feel dizzy, if you ever feel lightheaded, stop taking this medicine. And see, I had lost 20 pounds. So I'm wondering if the weight loss had, kind of changed this pill for my body and made it, to where I didn't even need to take that pill anymore at all. So, but I was still taking it because it was prescribed to me. So anyway, that's what we think. Or anyway, I haven't taken that pill since Sunday. I haven't had one issue at all. So we think my wife and I think that's the whole problem why I fell out of the truck and then why I passed out in the bathtub. So just be aware of your medication. So I just want to share that in case you got family members or anybody that are on medication, just be aware of it. So, Floridian, how are you doing, Big J? How's it going? Lynn Holt is saying officially announced today the Nighthawk Double Agent. Yeah, that thing looks really sweet. A double stack 2011. That thing does look awesome. I know it's not going to be cheap. Yeah, Aimpoint COA. Yeah, we talked about that last week. And that cut. I think it's going to be a pretty awesome cut. The thing is, though, for 1 year, Aimpoint has a contract with Glock. So it can only be sold on the Glocks. It can't be sold outside of Glock. You can't get your gun cut for it and then buy one from Aimpoint for 1 year fully. So if you want one, you got to buy that Glock with them on there. Now, I've heard pricing starts at like $999 or $900 for the small ones, like a Glock 43X, and then the bigger ones are like $1,100. So that's not crazy. I thought it was going to be a lot more. Hello, Clyde Cumberland. How are you, man? I take blood pressure meds. If I don't eat and drink on it, I get lightheaded. Okay, well, there you go. And I hadn't eaten anything that whole day, and I hadn't drank enough water. So we're pretty much 1,000% sure that's what happened. So I won't be doing that shit anymore. Hello, Armsman. How are you, man? And the only reason I'm sharing it, I'm not sharing it for sympathy. Please don't take it that way. I'm just sharing it because I want y'all to be aware to just check your medicine symptoms. A lot of people don't, and I've neglected that in the past. Lake Ozark guys in the house and the Armsmen, if y'all need a great holster, there's a link in the description. You can use BJGG10. I don't make anything on it, but that gives you 10% off any holster and free shipping if you use that code. Rich B's in the house. What do we think about the new Staccato? I've had people asking me about that specifically. The new Staccato HD, they're going to have a 4 and then a 4.5. I think it's going to be pretty cool. It does have an 80 series trigger, so it's not going to be like as light as their, of course, single action guns or normal single action guns. It's not going to have a bad trigger. I have a friend who has one already. Y'all probably know him. I don't want to mention his name, but he's been on the chat before, so y'all know who he is. He has one. Staccato sent it to him. He's shot it. He said that he likes it. It shoots really good. It is $2,400, so it's not going to be cheap. But they're going to have 2 versions. I think one is coming out fairly soon. That'll be the 4-inch. And then the 4.5 is going to be delayed a couple of months, I believe. So, but I mean, it just gives people another option. I don't think there's a thing wrong with it. It takes lock mags, but it is expensive. So, but I think what they're doing is they're going after LE departments who like want, maybe have a plethora of Glock mags and also did not want a grip safety. It might be in their, typing for their department that they can't have grip safeties, that they can't have, certain things. And they've changed a lot of things to make it more compatible for some of those contracts. So I think they're going to keep the standard one, of course, and then they're going to go this route. I also predict, this is just a prediction, I think they're also going to probably do like a Glock 48 version, I would say, to where you can use the Glock 48 mags or, the shield mags maybe, or maybe even have I don't know if it would be right to have a proprietary mag, but, they might do a small sub version for people to buy too. So that's what I think. Will I be buying one? Because I've had people ask me that. Probably not. I might just shoot my buddies, when I'm able to. It's going to be a while. And see what I think about it and then go from there. Hell, I might really like it. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, you're getting DLC coding. I mean, you're getting a lot of products, all, no mem parts, all that stuff, and it's made in Texas. So, it's going to be more expensive. Yeah, Armsman, I'm hanging in there, sir. Let's see here. I wasn't too fond of it at first with the Glock mags, but it's grown on me, especially with the metal Glock mags. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a good option for a lot of people. He keeps talking about getting a sky tattoo. Yeah, that'd be the last thing I got. Got the whooping cough. No, I think it's just either, like a little cold or something. I'm going to live. I will be buying a holster from the arms when I get my CR 920 XP. Gets out of gun jail. What? Oh, that's right. You're in a different state. I forgot about that. Non-friendly state. Yeah, I really like the 920 XP, the little CR. I mean, I think it's a great gun, and I'm enjoying it for a slimline. So, yeah, and I think they are going after stealth armsmen because their wait time is like 18 months now, from what I understand, for stealth arms. So I think they are going after that. I think they're going after a lot of these ones that take Glock mags, just to get some of that business too. I think what they did is, if you notice, they were going down the C line. I figured they were going to keep making the C's, and all of a sudden they just completely swinged off course. So I think they were kind of looking at, I think they had a rethought process, is personally what I think, and that's why they've kind of flipped the script. So I don't know. And the C is never. I like the CS a lot just because of my hand size. So the CS has not really excited me. I know it's a great gun, the C, and then you've got the CS, and you got the C with the two grip sizes, the longer one, the shorter one. And I think it's a great gun for a lot of people, but for me, I put my hands on it and I'm just like, not for me. The grip's just too small for me, but that's a me problem, not a average person problem. Big J, could you please wear a mask for the rest of this live stream? Stop the spread. No, fuck that. You should know me better than that. Nope, I can cough in my house and do what I want to do. So Stealth Arms really messing up the 2011 world over mags. No, I think they're taking a market share. I mean, I think the platypus is cool because you can customize it and do all that different stuff to it. I just think they wanted a piece of that pie too. Gucci Glock, yep. It's all about the new HK. Man, those VP9s are like, I can't believe they did that. I'm just like, what? They come out with that new micro compact thing, and then they make reintroduce the VP9s. I'm like, wow, that took a lot of thought. No, not a fan. Hello, Scott. How are you? Indie Irish. If I missed, I think I called you out. Any talk about the compact 3.6 and 4-inch Prodigy models? Yeah, we were talking about that when I first started. I'm not super impressed with that personally. I mean, I'm sure it's going to sell for some people, but I'm not interested in it. I personally wouldn't have one. But, I mean, that's the good thing, that we have all these different offerings because people can buy what they want. Yeah, I did see that, Scott. Scott saying, anyone see the Holosun that's a red dot and thermal, the size of an acro? I did see that. And here's my thought process on that. I'm not really keen this is just my thought. I wouldn't be super keen about having a thermal on my handheld pistol. Where I think that thing would really shine, and if I had one, what I would do to it is I would put it as a 45 offset on a rifle. So I'd have a scope, and then I would have that thermal on the side. That's what I would do. And I don't know how much it's going to be, but I mean, it looks like a kind of cool offering, but I don't know what the refresh rate is. I don't know any of that kind of stuff. I can't imagine it would be super high because it's so small. You know, I have a pretty good refresh rate on my thermal, and it keeps up with everything, but I just can't imagine on that pistol it would have a lot of, you know, rate. Clyde is saying, just found out Q has taken their cherry bombs out of their suppressors. You have to buy them separately. Must be a dealer supply thing, huh? So now you don't get the 2 cherry bombs, you know, the different sizes. That kind of sucks. Yeah, it must be, you know, I mean, I have plenty of cherry bombs. I bought a bunch of them. I still have some in boxes. So I bought them when they were cheaper. Now I think they're like $100 or something. I bought them when they were like $70, $69. I bought a whole shitload of them in both sizes. So I've got extra ones, and I like the cherry bomb. I even have the whistle tip and I've got like 2 whistle tips, and then I have 2 bottle rockets, you know, where you can screw it on over it. So, I mean, I like them. They work great. I guess everyone should just move to Glock Max and get over it with, then I won't have to ask anymore, does it take Glock Mags? I guess that's what everybody's trying to do. It sounds like it. Hello, Chessboard. How are you, man? I'm hanging in there, brother. What the hell are they? What do you mean? Cherry bombs? They're muzzle devices where you put them on your gun and then you screw your like Trash Panda, cherry or Thunder Chicken, you know, whatever Q suppressor. That's what they do. They take the cherry bombs. So it's like a muzzle brake, so to say. I mean, they're loud. The cherry bombs are, but they do work. They keep the gun really flat, but they are pretty obnoxious. More people ask me about the Ruger. You know, what do I think about it? I mean, I think it's a cool option if you want, you know, a Glock type clone and you've got the different optic setups where you don't need the mounts. I think it's a cool option, you know, as long as they come out with different grip sizes and different barrel lengths and all that stuff, where you can just order everything to your door once you buy the gun. I think it's cool because you can pull out the fire control unit, so I think that's a good option. CZ, I'm just wondering if they're going to have anything new. I haven't seen anything really leaked other than the P09 Nocturne. And I don't think that's a bad thing, but I've got the P07 and P09 already, 2 of each. So I don't need the Nocturne, but you know, if it's the new series P10C or P10F and it's like something really different or whatever, you know, I might buy one. Or if it's in different calibers or something like that, I might consider it. I have been wanting a 45 ACP non-1911 pistol. I was able to get the CCP 10F 45 optics cut. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah, and I mean, I think that's cool. I haven't shot one of those. I don't know anybody personally close to me, you know, to my area that has one to try that I know of. There could be somebody at the range or whatever, but of course I can't shoot right now. But you know, I would like to shoot one and see what I think about it. I'm sure I would like it because I love 45. And maybe they'll come out with one in 10 millimeter this year. Who knows? I mean, you know, if they did, if they came out with a CZ P10C in 10 millimeter, I might buy one. I might grab a 10 millimeter in that gun just to have it. Yeah, everybody's going to want a 75B and 10 millimeter. Everybody wants a 97B and 10 millimeter. Maybe they'll redo that. That would be kind of cool. Does anyone have any experience with Black Rain AR pistols? I do not. I've heard of them, but I've never shot one or played with one. CZ95, who knows? What's up, Diego? How are you? Judge. I'm not a fan of the Judge, if you're talking about the Judge revolver. I am not a fan of that. I have shot those, and I'm not a fan. I think, honestly, and it's just my opinion, I'm not hating on anybody that has one. I gotta pull my leg up. Oh, damn it. Thing hurts. I'm just not a fan of the Judge at all, personally. And I've shot them in the past, and I was just like, nah. I wouldn't spend the money on it. No, it didn't hurt my wrist. I'm just like, I don't see a reason in having it. Shooting a 410 and 45 long Colt, I'm just like, whatever. And I've shot 45 long Colt revolvers, the real ones, and those are cool, but I'm just like, Judge just doesn't do anything for me personally. Armsman is saying, I think Glock, CZ, HK will all have the same old, same old. FN will have the Reflex XL. Yep, I sent you that one. Not expecting anything revolutionary, although the Glock with that new aim point looks fire. I agree with it. The Glock with the aim point, the new ACO, I think it's pretty cool. It is on a Glock, but you know, if I have a buddy who has one, I want to shoot it, see what I think about it. You know, it is smaller, or well, it's smaller than the Acro P2, but the window is larger than the Acro P2. It's got the side battery trace. You don't have the big round 2032 on the side, so it's going to have less power, so to say. And I love my aim point too, so I'm not knocking at the Acro 2. But you know, I see the ACO, if it's a revolutionary cut and the two screws holding it down work and don't strip or fail and make the damn dot fly off or anything like that. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty good for Glock. .410 handgun rounds, yeah, are trash. Yeah, I agree with that. I shot the disc version. I was just like, this is trash. So, what's up, Robert A? How are you, man? I could see it as a 410 snake gun in the desert, but it's still worthless, man. It's just, I mean, I shot cardboard with it. I shot cans with it. We were out in the field, and a buddy of mine had one, and I was just like, man, I'm not impressed with this thing at all. He was super pumped about it because that was when it first came out. It's been out for a while, but he had gotten it when it first came out, so he's like, oh man, you got to shoot this, and I was like, okay. No, a 410 is a great snake round, but I would want a longer barrel like a 410 shotgun. The governor, yeah. That's what I don't know. I don't know what the cut is. I'm assuming it's an RMR because one guy had a Holosun on it, which was an RMR cut. I saw a video, and he had a Holosun on it. So I'm assuming it's an RMR cut, but I don't know if you need a plate. That part I don't know. I don't know how that plate works yet. So I don't want to speak out my ass. Y'all know that. Glock 45 with the Acro MSRP is $12.99. Yeah, I'll pass. No, and I agree that is expensive, but I mean, you're getting the gun and the dot. I mean, that is quite a bit. But they're saying it's a really, really deep cut, so I don't know. Clyde is saying, what do you think about the Bond Arms Derringers? I've shot those and they're trash. They're literally trash. Do not waste your money. Nope. Don't waste your money. I shot one that was in 45 long Colt. I shot another one. What was it in? Was it in 357? Might have been 357. And I was like, this thing's a fucking joke. And I'm just being honest. I don't hold my tongue. Y'all know that. If you got one, I'm not hurting your feelings. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but they're a waste of money. Don't buy one. I mean, you can get those things for almost nothing now. Hello, Keith Gregory. How are you? I'm really surprised they're still in business, honestly. And maybe they're out of Texas. Maybe. It isn't smooth or any pros of a decent revolver. The only revolver that I think is really badass if I were going to buy one, it would be a Korth, Korth, but man, they are freaking expensive. But they look badass. And the triggers are butter. They sell them at Texas Gun Experience, and man, they're freaking nice. But they are not cheap. It is hard to find BCM or POF pistols reasonably priced in New York. Local gun stores sell POF BCM for $2K. Wow. Yeah, you know, POF back in the day when I bought my two, they were reasonably priced. But with the price increases and all that other stuff everybody had over the years, man, they have shot way up. But I got both of mine like at a really decent deal. So that's why I bought them. The emo guys will like that. Granbury, Texas, that's right. Yeah, that's not super far from me. I gotta grab another drink. I'm getting a little parched. I'll bring up some other guns. What do y'all think about the new Mossberg? You like the new Mossberg? I don't know if you've seen it. I think it looks pretty cool. On that CZ P10F 45 ACP, go with the EPS dot. I really like the EPS. I would go with the EPS full size, not the carry, but that's probably what I would put on that. I think that would be a good option. I really do like the EPS a lot. I mean, on my CZ P10F, I have the Steiner MPS on mine because it works with the acro plate. And it is a aim point plate that I bought through Aimpoint that is made for the CZ P10C and P10F. So it has the proper screws and everything. The plate was like 40 when I bought it. I don't know how much it is now, but when I bought it was like 43 bucks. But it's made by Aimpoint for the Acro P2, but it also fits the MPS Steiner, and it works great on the Steiner, works great on my P10F. Keith Gregory says, I have the Vortex Defender XL on my M&P, like it. Yeah, that's cool. I've been to Granbury. I'm sure you have, Pranic. Granbury's a cool town. Kind of an old historical town, actually. Yeah, I would go EPS full size on it. Thanks, Rabbi. I appreciate you, buddy. Take care. Thanks for also texting me and checking in on me. I appreciate it. Arms. Sorry. You know, sitting in this chair is probably not doing great things for my lungs. So I've been trying to breathe, you know, like really deep breaths. And I think that causes stuff to move around. I think considering the Glock is 550 to 600 and the aim point's 5 to 650, the pricing is okay. I expected a lot more. They'll sell. I already know a bunch of people waiting for it. I do too. They're already chomping at the bit to get it. And they're doing a limited production run. They're supposed to release a limited amount on the 20th. So if you want one, you need to order it on the 20th. So probably I don't know if they're going to do it on the Glock website first or how they're going to do it, but they're supposed to, if you read their thing on their website, it's supposed to be a limited release on the 20th. So that's Inauguration Day. So Armsman says, I don't think anything beats the EPS. That's my go-to moving forward. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I really like it. Lynn says, I'm liking the EPS carry and 6 MOA a lot more than I thought. Yeah, I mean, it's a great dot. I've looked through this 6 MOA personally, and it's just a little bit too big for me with my dual astigmatisms, but that's a me problem, not a average person problem. When I look at a 6, it almost looks like a 10 to me. Clyde says, I'm trying to decide between the Mossberg 940 Tactical or the Jerry Michalik version. I mean, they're pretty much the same other than having his name on it. I have seen those on sale recently as well. But, I mean, they're great shotguns. I love Mossberg. And the Jerry Michalik it's legit. It's got everything you need on it already. William Bader says 75 compact works with my hand size, PO1, PO7. Also practice with a 1911 and 75 tactical. Yeah, William, you'd like the Shadow 2 compact a lot then. Do you like Vortex red dots? I haven't tried one of their newer ones, like the XL and stuff. I've had friends who have them and they love them. like Humble and Threat Cadre and stuff. They really like them a lot. But, you know, it's the Delta Point Pro footprint, and I don't have a lot of guns that have the Delta Point Pro footprint on them. So I personally haven't tried one yet. Their old dots sucked ass. But supposedly this new one is pretty legit. I've looked through them at the store, and they look nice, but I haven't personally tried one. Thanks, Rabbi. A300 over the 940. Yeah, I mean, if you've got the money, the Beretta's a nice shotgun too. I just prefer the 940 because of the tang safety versus the little push button safety because my hands are so big. That's why I run them. I wonder if Jerry Jones is seriously thinking about Deion Sanders. Either way, with Jerry running the whole team going to, man, Rich, I don't know. That's a shit show there. That guy's a freaking train wreck. If he would step away and let people run the team, life would be better. Armsman said that Vortex XL is pretty good. I have the first model when they initially released, and the refresh rate sucked on it. They fixed it on the XL. Yeah, I've heard they fixed it. EPS or Acro? Right now, for price, I would go EPS. And I like my Acro. I'm not knocking the Acro at all. But for the price and what you're getting and the footprint, the smaller footprint, I'd go EPS. Yeah, and it's a huge price difference. So that's what I would do, just personally. Sorry, I just got to scratch my leg. It's itching like hell. So, but if there's other guns that y'all are, that I know I can't remember every one of them. I've seen so many freaking videos. You know, man, I've watched so much TV, YouTube, and what's crazy is I've pretty much only been watching YouTube. So I've tried to catch up on all the, all the guys that I follow. Try to catch up on their videos and stuff, and I can't get to all of them, but I'm trying. So we've got 27 people out there and 18 thumbs up. So y'all smash that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. But yeah, if you can think of another gun that you want to talk about, let me know. And if I've got an opinion on it, I'll definitely tell you. Or if I've tried it, or if it's a brand new one that's coming out or came out, I probably haven't tried it. But and that's what sucks, man. I am jonesing to go shoot. I'm like, man, I've got guns I need to clean and oil. I wanted to shoot rifles this year, PDWs this year. I mean, I had all these big, great plans, and everything's just gone up in smoke. So, but what can we do? Saw a new Kel-Tec 5.7 video today. Interesting gun. Doesn't use traditional. YouTube infomercials, yeah, I am. I did see also that Palmetto State Armory, the new 5.7 PDW, they did an update on it tonight and saying it should be out by the summer of 2025. So I guess they're going to have one at SHOT Show and talk about it again this year. But, if that's something you're interested in, but it's going to have a 40 round mag. It looks kind of cool. So that could be cool, for a backup. And it is center fire. It's not, rim fire. Yep, keep trucking is all we can do. That's true. And I guess when SHOT Show comes around, what is it, next week, I guess? Is it next week? Or the week after? I can't remember, but I think it's next week. I guess, I'll be interested in seeing some of those videos and seeing what's there and what's coming out and all that kind of stuff, if it's anything, that's worth a shit. Pranic, I had that thing. I was a super tech for Mopar. I had that thing for 100 years, but of course I haven't kept up with it. I haven't been recertified in forever, but I don't need that. I still have my EMP, my airframe and power plant for aviation, so. Kel-Tec made a Steyr Han with extra steps, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I need my master mechanic certification. Trigger Bar on his chat last night was telling everyone to go back and look at your old videos and comment on them so it keeps you busy. I guess they did, because I did get a bunch of comments today, and I was like, where the hell are these coming from? So, and they were talking about, hey, what do you think about this new gun? And a lot of it was the Staccato. A lot of it was the Shadow 2 Compact. You know, should I buy the Compact or should I buy a 2011? Um, and this is crazy for me to say because I love 2011s. But I had a guy ask me, he said, would you buy the Shadow 2 Compact or would you buy the Staccato C? And he was talking about the shorter grip Staccato C, the 16 rounder. And I flat out told him I would buy the Staccato, or excuse me, I would buy the CZ Shadow 2 Compact over the Staccato C. And I love Staccato. But for everything that you get, the mag prices, they take PO1 mags, they'll take a Shadow 2 full-size mag. I mean, I was like, that gun is super hard to beat for like 1,100 bucks. I mean, it is super hard to beat. And I put it up against my $3,500 MPA, and it hangs. It hangs very well. And I mean, I have nice 2011s, so I'll shoot you straight. I'm not going to bullshit you. And I told him buy the Shadow 2 Compact. Save money. And he already has a PO1 because I know him. He's actually one of my subscribers and has been forever. And he bought my PO1. He actually bought my old PO1 from me. So his name's Donnie. He's a super nice guy, and he texts me all the time. We talk back and forth. But I told him, I said, I'd buy the Shadow 2 Compact in a heartbeat. It's just a fantastic gun. Can't beat the price on it for what you're getting. So maybe that's why I'm getting all those comments, because trigger bar. But I appreciate it. It does excite me when y'all leave comments and stuff like that, because I get to interact with y'all, so it's always a good time. Oh, certified YouTube tech. Oh, is my joke. I thought you meant master tech for being on cars. Well, I mean, I do watch a lot of YouTube. That's what I dominantly watch. I get tired of watching all the bullshit on the news and stuff. I don't watch regular news. I mean, I watch football and stuff when it's on occasionally. I've been watching the confirmation hearings. Hegseth and Blondie made the Dems look real idiots. They are idiots. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Those women were unhinged. I was like, wow. You know, I would just sit there and be like, really? Are you this dumb? Scott says, put 330 rounds through a Mac 5 MP5 clone with no failures, ran like a champ. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's awesome. Clyde is saying, what do you think about the Smith & Wesson 1854 Dark Horse Rifles series that is out? Not really for me. I mean, if you want that, that's cool, but you know, I wouldn't get one. Do you think Staccato is making a mistake by introducing so many different choices, or is that what the market is demanding? Rich B, let's just rephrase your whole sentence. It takes the word staccato out and add SIG, and add, you know, some of these other manufacturers. I mean, think about SIG. They have they have a new flavor of the week, it seems like. So I don't really think Staccato is adding too many guns. I really don't, compared to SIG. So I think this is something that a lot of their LE departments don't think about civilians, because that's not who they're going after. But I think for their LE departments, a lot of those departments do not want grip safeties. They do not want to buy $70 or $80 mags. They want some kind of mag compatibility that they already have, which would be a Glock. They want it to be drop safe, because 2011s are not drop safe. And this one is drop safe because it has an 80 series trigger in it, so it does have a drop safe. It is set up for drop safe. So, you know, that's what they were requiring that they didn't have in the Ps and the C2s and all that other stuff. So, yeah, and people have asked, oh my God, you're carrying a gun that's not drop safe. I've been carrying 1911s for 100 years. You know, if you drop your gun all the time, you're an idiot. I'm just going to say that. I hate to be that way, but I'm going to say that. You know, can accidents happen? Yes, they can. Can you drop your gun periodically? Yeah, I guess you can. In all of my years of shooting, I've never dropped a gun. Never. So, am I lucky? Yeah, maybe. Could it happen eventually? Maybe. But, you know, this one is drop safe. So that's another thing they were requiring. So this could open up other contracts that they've missed on. So that's why they made it is the way that I feel. Do you think Colt will ever make a double stack 1911? No, because Colt's not in that business. Dan Wesson is in that business, and Colt owns Dan Wesson. So they're going to leave that to Dan Wesson. They're not going to jump into that field. They're going to let Dan Wesson handle that. Oh yeah, I'm not a general. That was awesome. That was classic. She was an idiot. And then she tried to switch it up at the end. Nighthawks are nice. I've shot two Nighthawks. I shot the FDE. I can't remember the name of that thing, but it was a double stack. Had a dot on it. It was really, really nice. And then I shot an agency Nighthawk, and that was the 1911, and it was really nice. So I can imagine this new one is just going to be money. Pranic says we lost so many people to TDS this past 4 years. Now it's like watching downfall in real time. Man, these people that have the TDS, I can't deal with them. Nope. Departments aren't buying SIG optics. No, they're not. Nope. Matter of fact, my town, the last I checked, there was a lot of guys running Holosuns. A couple of guys had the RMR Trigicons, the newer ones, the Type 2. But a lot of them are running Holosuns. To catch back up here. Armsman says none of his P320s have gone off yet. I'll throw the yet in there. Just joking. Yeah, it's all about LE and military. I'm telling you, that's why they made that gun. They didn't make it for us. A lot of people are going to buy it now, and a lot of people want it because there's no grip safety. It is drop safe, so they're going to run it in carry optics limited. So a lot of people are wanting it for that. So that's where they'll sell it to us. CZ owns both Colt and Dan Wesson. Yeah, no. Supposedly, then Colt took over. Supposedly, in name. Now, if you read it, it says Colt, CZ, Dan Wesson, I think. But supposedly, Colt kind of took over the managing or something. Supposedly, and I don't see why that happened. The last time it happened because Colt ran their shit in the ground, and that's why CZ bought them. The Sandhawk. That's the one I shot was the Sandhawk, yeah. And the other one was the Agency 1911. Just don't take your wife around the Nighthawk, guys, yeah. Armsman saying by me, it's all Holosuns and a few RMRs. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Holosuns have been really good to me. I have no complaints. I mean, I'm surprised, but they've been really, really good to me. And I've got 15 or 16 of them, 17 of them now. And they've been really, really good. And I've got the old ones, like I've said before, where you screw the screw in the bottom, or the battery in the bottom, you have to take them off. I still have probably 8 or 9 or 10 of those. So, I mean, I just changed the batteries and they keep working. And I've changed one SRO. I've changed 2 Delta Point Pros. I've changed, I have a Steiner that has a crack in the glass. I don't know how that happened. It's in the back glass. It's weird. It's a little tiny crack. When you look at the dot, and if you stare at the dot, you'll see the little tiny crack, but I just kind of looked through it. And I haven't water tested. I don't think it's a full crack. I think it might just be a scratch or something, but I don't know how the hell it got scratched. But it's on my P10. It's on my P10F. And I have another MPS just sitting up there. It's the FDE one, just sitting up there in the box. So I got to find something to put that on. And I've got a plate where I could put it on my Shadow 2 Compact because I bought it from Impact Machine. So I could put the Steiner MPS on my Shadow 2 Compact. It's just, man, the setup I have on there now is just so freaking good. It's like, I kind of want to change it, but then I'm like, I kind of don't want to change it because it's so perfect. So it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I might run that Steiner MPS, the FDE one. I might run it on an offset on one of my rifles. That's what I keep thinking of doing. Get the Valhalla Tactical, which I have one and I love it. It's a Valhalla Tactical, and it's an offset, and you can actually adjust the different degrees that you want it. So I've got one on my 308 12.5 on my night vision, and I've got an offset dot on there, and it's pretty damn cool, and it works great. Lynn Holt said, I tried the Viridian and closed. I liked the engineering, but the glass was too much fisheye. Yeah, that's going to happen. That's a cheaper dot. I mean, like I said, it's just hard to beat a freaking Holosun. I mean, I'm not trying to pump sunshine up anybody's ass, but man, they're just freaking great dots. For the, the price and the reliability and the track record I've had, I would keep buying them. Rich B is saying recommended reputation retailers to buy Holosun optics. You can get them from Primary Arms. I've bought a bunch of them from Primary Arms. They run sales periodically, good sales. You can buy them from Euro Optic. They have good sales occasionally. Those are kind of my two go-to. I'll just be honest with you. I'm not a fan of Optic Planet. They fucked me around too many times. Excuse my language, but I am not a fan of Optic Planet. And they've asked me to be a spokesperson or whatever you call it, an affiliate with them. And I even have a code and shit. And if y'all notice, I never give it out because I just haven't had good luck with them in the past. Now, this was a long time ago. This wasn't currently, but they screwed me around like a couple of times, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to beat up anybody. If y'all like them and they've been good to you, that's cool. I'm just saying, you screw me you screw me, and I'm kind of done with you. So they're like, oh, they send me these things. Oh, here's your code to pass out to your subscribers and stuff like that, and I'm like, nah. So since I don't believe in it, I don't pass it out. So any code you get from me is what I believe in. So I'm just letting you know. What dot are you running on the CR920XP? It's the EPS carry. And it's the 2 MOA. It's not the 3 reticle. It's just the dot. Just the plain dot. It's the inexpensive one and it works great. And I got it on sale from Primary Arms for like, matter of fact, Armsman bought one because we saw a sale on it. And I was like, dude, these are cheap. And they were doing like a 15 or 20% off sale. And I pulled over in a parking lot and was talking to him. And I'm like, holy shit, I need to order one of these. And so I ordered it for the CR920XP while we were talking on the phone. And by the time I got home, I think it was the next day, I had it. I was out of town working. But I think by the time I got home, I had it the next day or something. Or maybe the day after. I can't remember. But I've got 2 EPS carries, one on my 97B, my dad's tribute gun, and then on the CR920XP. And I really like them. Now, the one on the 920XP is the 3 reticle version with the solar panel. And I bought that through Impact Machine because they had them in stock. So I just paid them and bought it from them. Armsman said I still have a Venom and a Viper on my Canic Executive and Canic Elite Combat. Hate the Venom now, though. Yeah, not a fan of those. Don't touch Shadow 2 Compact is perfect. Well, I agree. That's why I haven't. Man, I keep, every time I shoot it, I'm like, this gun's freaking perfect. So even though I bought that plate, I'm just like, shit. But I mean, I even thought about this. I bought the plate from Impact Machine. I could do a giveaway. I thought about doing that too. I mean, I can't now, but once I get better, if I truly, truly decide I'm never going to use it, I could do a giveaway on it and just gift it to someone, in my circle, that's a true subscriber, not just some bullshit person that comes in, wanting to win some free shit. But, I could gift it to one of y'all if y'all got a Shadow 2 Compact and you want to run an Acro or an EPS, an Acro or a Steiner MPS. If y'all want to run one of those, maybe I could just give it away. But I haven't decided that yet, so don't hold me to it. But there you go. Armsman is saying, get the Holosuns now because from what I'm hearing, 15% markup coming soon. Euro Optic is excellent, and they email your discount codes when you set up an account. And here's what I think, Armsman, that 15% that's coming is probably because of the tariffs, because they come out of China. So that's what I'm thinking. I think that's going to be a tariff increase, so they're going to make us pay for the tariff. So Trump's cracking down on them. Yeah, it was $290. That's right. Yeah, we got them pretty damn cheap. Yeah, and I've got the 507, C. I've got the 507C X2 on the Shadow 2 Compact now, so it is the side window one. Empty. Cheers, everyone. That was good. But anyway, we're getting close to 9 o'clock. We got about 5 more minutes. Any other guns y'all are thinking about? We got 29 people in here and 20 thumbs up. So 9 people can smash that if they would like. Yeah, the reason I talked to Locke the other day, matter of fact, it was yesterday, or the day before, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was the day before. Or no, it wasn't. It was last night. I spoke to the owner, and they're waiting on stuff to come back from coding. So, that's what the color they're waiting. They have to send those out and have them anodized and all that other stuff. So, if I'd get on the waiting list, the second they come in, you can just order now. But the magwell and the palm swells are a must for me for the Shadow 2 Compact. But absolutely love that gun. And I don't think y'all have ever heard me that giddy over a freaking gun. But the 920, CR or the CR 920 XP is really, really been impressive. But the Shadow 2 Compact has been super impressive. Joseph says, have you shot the Alien? And if so, what do you think? Thank you. Yes, I've got videos on it. I shot it against a CZ TSO. I've shot it against an Atlas 2011. I've shot it against my MPA 2011. Now, this was the original Alien, not any of the new ones. And honestly, I think it's overhyped. Now, it's a cool gun. It's got some things that other guns don't have, of course, because they don't run like that one does. That's gas operated. It's not blowback. But honestly, I think it's a little overrated. Matter of fact, we shot so many rounds that day. We put about 350 rounds through it, and it started sludging up. We had to stop and clean the gun in order to keep it running. And it wasn't that it needed to be oiled. There was so much shit built up inside the gun. That was only 350 rounds. I can run more than 350 rounds through my freaking 2011s. And they'll still run. So I was not impressed with that. And Jacob even told me, he's like, yeah, this thing sludges up at about 300 rounds. So I was not that impressed with that for a gun that was $7,000. So, and that was when they first came out. So I would pass on them. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not that impressed with them. Not saying they're horrible, but I just think, and here's the other concern that I have with the Alien, because I've been asked about it a lot. If, just say, there's not a lot of people buying them. So if they go bankrupt, you're screwed. If they go, out of business, you're screwed. And I wouldn't want to have to deal with that bullshit. And I just don't see how many they're selling that they can really stay afloat. That's just my opinion. Hard to decide on color combinations, palm swells plus magwell color for my Shadow 2 Compact. Do like orange. I mean, you can mix it up like I did. Silver, orange, black, orange. Matter of fact, since I've been down, I did get my black magwell in for it. So I've got the black magwell for it now. So I'm going to do some more color combinations as soon as I can be up and around. which is probably going to be a while. But I do have the black magwell sitting over there in a box. I haven't even opened the box because I already know what it is. I just don't see the reason in buying an alien. I just really don't. I mean, they're cool, they're different. Oh, another thing, we shot it so much, the trigger gets freaking hot. I'm not talking about warm, I'm talking hot. So we were sitting there and I was just slinging lead. And I mean, I was like, holy shit, this is burning my finger, literally burning my finger. And I'm like, why? It is a steel trigger, but I'm like, why? And I'm just like, it shouldn't do that. So you're going to shoot competition with that thing? Eh, just not for me. What's up, Trigger Bar? How are you, buddy? Yeah, we were talking about you earlier. I guess you had mentioned on the chat that, to go over and have everybody put comments on some of my old videos, and they did it. So I had a bunch of questions. So I appreciate you. Bug Johnson, I've been called worse. But yeah, y'all have any other questions or anything? It's 9 o'clock. No, I know what you're saying. I'm just joking, Trigger Bar. But do y'all have any other questions or anything y'all can think of? Any other guns? And if you do, y'all can always leave questions in the chat. I really appreciate y'all's input. We got 29 people on, 21 thumbs up. I appreciate that. If y'all want to keep smashing that thumbs up. But yeah, if you need lock grips, use my code. It's BJGG10. Saves you 10% off magwells, mags, grips, pistol stands. I mean, hell, anything they sell, you can use it. You can fill up your cart and get 10% off your whole cart. So, and of course, with the Armsman's holsters, you can use BJGG10. That saves you 10% off, free shipping, and 10% off. And he's only doing that for my subscribers. So that's pretty cool of him. And I don't make a dime on that one. So the other one I do, get a percentage. I'm just always been honest with y'all. I get a slight percentage of the sales from Lock and stuff. I've been with Lock. Matter of fact, I was talking to the owner last night. I've been with Lock now for 8 years. I started with Lock when there were 2 people in his shop. The owner and one other guy. He had 2 people, and himself and another guy. Now Lock has 28 people, 28 employees. And they're in a new building. The new building is incredible. The machinery he's brought in is incredible. He was telling me about it, sent me pictures on it, videos on it. I'm like, holy crap, dude. I mean, they are state of the art. So another thing, I talked to him and he requested some stuff that I think he needs to sell. He was completely open to it. As of, I think it's going to be February or March. He's having his engineers, he's going to lock them down and have them start making new products that I think we need. I don't really want to say those products, but if they pop out, you'll know I had some input in there. And I think y'all are going to be excited about them because if he makes them, I know they're going to be done right. And I will definitely be getting some of those so I can test them and let y'all know what I think as soon as I can walk. But I'm telling you, sitting in this room is driving me insane. I'm wanting to go shoot. I'm wanting to load mags. I mean, I think I've already loaded mags. I was sitting here the other day loading mags because I'm bored as shit. But, I've got freaking rifles sitting around in here. I mean, man, it's crazy. It's just driving me crazy. Let's see here. Do you think the orange palm swells and orange magwell is overkill? Orange? No. I've done it. I like it. I love orange. If you're an orange guy, dude, do what you want. This is something for you. I will say this. What I think looks good would be orange orange grips, a black magwell, and then orange base plates and orange extensions. The +4 extensions, that would look sweet. That's why I got a black magwell, because I want to put the black magwell on there and run the orange panels, a black mag extension, a black magwell, and then have the orange base plate, the +4 sticking out the bottom. The extensions work phenomenal. They work incredible. It gives you 4 more rounds with the stock follower and everything out of your mag, out of the stock mag. So, because if you buy the mag well, your stock mags will not work. The plastic base plates will not work. So you're going to have to buy their either zero base plates, their lock zero base plates, or their mag extensions in order for it to fit in the mag well. Because the plastic ones hit the mag well and they won't go all the way in. So I didn't know if you knew that. That's why I wanted to tell you. Joseph said, in your opinion, who makes the best inside waistband holster for 2011s with a light? In my opinion, and I have, probably 20 holsters. Armsman makes great holsters for 2011s with the lights. He makes fantastic holsters. And also Tenacor. Those are the two, only the two. And I have other brands, other big brands that y'all have seen on the channel and stuff like that. But those are the only two that I would recommend, is Armsman and Tenacor for 2011s with a light. And Armsman, you can use my code if you want to save you 10% and free shipping. Depending on your 2011, he might, if it's a standard type 2011, he probably has a mold for it. Clyde is saying, awesome chat, Big J, always a blast, brother. Continue getting well. Good night, everyone. Hello, Mook. How are you? Thoughts on the new Staccato? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Mock. You can catch up on the replay if you don't mind. Sorry, I just don't want to tie up other people. But yeah, I did a big spiel on that. We talked about that earlier. Armsman said I'm doing bright pink grips and Tiffany blue magwell with purple extension. It's 2025. Okay, man, let it shine. What's up, Shasta Beam? Hey, how are you? You need a holster. Go with Armsman. Yeah, he makes great holsters. Yeah, everything he's made is legit, man. I'm telling you what, that Shadow 2 compact holster, the latest one that I showed, whew, that thing is freaking money. And the reflectiveness, I guess it's the sheen. Man, that thing freaking matches those grips. Incredible. I don't know how he did that, but that thing is incredible. I love those freaking grips. And I love the grips are shiny and the holster's shiny. So I don't know what you call that, but the sheen. But it's awesome, man. Yeah, that thing is money. I carry that for a full week. I carried that for the last week that I was able to, and then on that Saturday I was going to my mom's, to help her do stuff. So I carried the Shadow System CR920P or XP. I carried that on the Saturday that I fell out of the truck. So I actually had it on my person when I was laying there with a broken leg. The lady who found me in my neighborhood, she was an RN nurse. And once they got me up on the tailgate, her and her husband, he got me up on the tailgate. I told her, I said, just going to be honest with you, I have a gun on me. I know the ambulance is coming and I can't have a gun in the hospital. So, and she's an RN nurse, and she goes, oh, I totally get it. And I said, if I give you my gun, will you go lock it in my house? And here's my keys. And so I took the gun off my person with the Armsman holster. That's the one it's in. She took it in the house and put it on the bar. And I guess it's our front table in the kitchen around our bar, and took it in there and locked up the house and everything for me. So it's pretty awesome. But yeah, I was grateful that she did that, because if you take a gun into the hospital or into the ambulance, that's not a good thing. They can actually hold your weapon at the police department, and it's a nightmare. So if you're traveling with your gun and you're getting in an accident, please, just be aware of situations like that. And of course it was drop safe. I fell off the damn truck and landed on the concrete, and it didn't go off into my pants. So I guess that's proof in the pudding, if you want to say that. So, but anyway, it's 9:09, so we got 20 people in here, 22 thumbs up. That's awesome. Thank y'all so much. But if you have any questions, comments, anything like that after the chat, please, reach out. I'll try to answer them the best I can. If I have no experience with them, I will tell you, I have no experience. I'm not going to bullshit you or lie to you. That's not the way I run my show. So, but if I can help y'all in any way, that's what I want to do. Armsman said, thankfully you're in Texas and not California. Anyone else would have freaked out and you would have possibly had a case. Yeah, that's why I was looking at her and I was like, just want to be honest with you. You know, because she said that they had just moved into our neighborhood, you know, like 3 months ago. So I didn't know if she was from California, Colorado. You just don't know. So I didn't want her to freak out. But she was an RN nurse and she was really cool. And she's like, oh, it's no problem. And I'm like, thank God you're not one of the ones screaming. I don't want her to start hitting me or anything, freaking out. But no, she was very, very cool. Getting the itch to buy a pistol brace, 5.56. No idea why. I mean, if you want one, get one. You know, I've got plenty of them. So, but I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful night. If you need anything, please reach out. I appreciate y'all as always. And remember, an armed nation's a very weak nation. So we all got to carry on. Thanks, everyone. Y'all take care, and we will do this again next Wednesday. Sorry I'm doing it from my phone, but that's the best I can do, and I hope y'all are okay with it. But take care, everyone. Bye bye. Thanks, Armsman.